It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Brad Charron, the CEO of Alpha Protein, faced a huge challenge. How can he create a unique protein bar that tastes good and at the same time had all the natural ingredients you needed and add this to it, add the complexity on there? How could it stand out in a very competitive health and wellness industry that everyone says, you know what, I'm willing to try something different that's going to be delicious? Now, his inspiration for this, it all came from his journey to Hawaii. He was in Hawaii, had a great time, and he learned that everything was natural there. He liked the soil and how the soil was able to grow certain products. And in his research, it was able to give the ingredients that one needed, which was the protein. Now, finding the ingredients and the suppliers to put together something was very difficult. Now, forget trying to sell it to the marketplace. Just getting started was a huge challenge for him. And he tried. And maybe you've been like this as a CEO. You try something, you try to partner, you try to do collaborations, and guess what? They didn't work. Now, he didn't have a sales system. He didn't have a sales structure. He found himself kind of going from one idea to the next idea just to talk about the concept of getting it to the people who needed it the most. And then he stepped back and he found a solution. Said, you know what? Let me have a sales system, number one. And let me create a bar that has these ingredients in it. And we're going to talk about how it's unique. That's called a unique selling proposition, by the way. How it adds value and how it can solve a problem. Now, he didn't say those words, but that's what Kona created when they created their protein bar. And as a result, they're the juggernaut that we know they are today. What's my big takeaway for you as a CEO? Number one, have a strong sales system. Number two, have a smart sales structure and sales funnel in place. Because even with the best idea, Brad, it was almost impossible, could have got into a market that was as competitive as it is without the help of a true collaboration. And just because it doesn't work the first time, I know I'm on a rant right now, but just because it doesn't work the first time, a collaboration, a partnership, first time you try to do something with someone, doesn't mean it doesn't work. It just means that particular situation didn't work. You do that, and you will see your sales go up, 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 and away. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, the host of the CEO Sales Huddle. It's an honor and a privilege to be here today. Couldn't wait till today. Thanks for having me at your sales meeting this morning. Every morning, we like to get started the exact same way. And the exact same way is, if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. And you might be saying, why, Shay? Why? It's because sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. And without sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming in. What's the point? I like to remind us as CEOs, sales is serious business. Sales is serious business. In fact, repeat these words after me right now. Repeat these words after me. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Isn't that so true? Now, after we do that, every morning we love to do our pledge. And our pledge is as a CEO to our sales department. And our pledge is we're going to learn, we're going to earn, and we're going to return. Now, if you're one of those CEOs that know everything, then this is maybe not be a conversation. But we're at the sales huddle every single morning. And I'm blessed to be on your smart device right now, and on your tablet, maybe on your big monitor. For some of you, you have a team meeting and all your team is gathered from all around the world watching right now. And I want to remind them that we're going to learn, earn, and return as CEOs. So go ahead and repeat these words after me. This is so important. This is our mantra. This is our pledge. I have to learn something new in order to earn new revenue from existing clients, in order to get new and old clients to return. So I must learn, I must earn, and I must return. Now, what are our objectives? Why do we get together every single morning? Objectives are threefold. It's about sales progress, addressing roadblocks, and understanding the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand. There's 5. There's pillar number 1. There's the CEO sales plan, a one-page sales plan. So if you don't have a one-page sales plan, you can go over to www.ceosalesplan.com. I'm going to suggest you go there right now. At least have a one-page sales plan. We give it to you. We show you how to do that. Number 2, your sales cycle. What's the cycle that your clients go through from the time you attract them to the time you connect and communicate with them in the community, to the time they're ready to convert or make a buy-in decision. And then there's the servicing that goes on after that, by the way. The third sales pillar is your sales message. We believe your words will make you rich. And it's my belief, and you don't have to believe this, but as a CEO, I think we hold this, every one of us in the CEO, in this focus on our sales department, is that sales drives marketing. Marketing never drives sales. Now, you don't have to agree with that. But at the end of the day, we know the value that we're going to bring. So we're a group, we're a team. We go together like peanut butter and jelly. I'm not saying we're two different departments. I'm just saying that what's the sales message? Pillar number 4 that every CEO must focus on is the CEO's dashboard. We're going to get into that right now. We spent a whole segment focusing on what gets measured, gets managed. And number 5, you need a 7-figure sales team. Without a 7-figure sales team, then I'm not sure, how you're going to make the sales unless you're going to do. Some people do all the selling themselves, and that's you. That's pretty cool, by the way. Now, every morning for folks that tune in, every morning I like to also focus on welcoming you to the CEO Sales Huddle. So if you're watching for the first time or maybe you watch every single morning, you know what I'm about to do, you can go ahead right now and look right below the video and put hashtag I'm here. The hashtag I'm here is just a bat signal. It means you're in the conversation. Now, I know you're a CEO. This isn't like a little children's game, but isn't it so cool to acknowledge and be a part of something that's bigger than yourself? Isn't that what life is all about? So you put hashtag I'm here. I respond to every comment, by the way. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much. It's an honor and a privilege. Go ahead and put hashtag replay. You can't be here at 8 a.m. every single morning, and that's okay. But you're here now, right? You're in this conversation, and sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. Or if you're watching on demand, maybe you're on Apple TV, maybe you're on Roku, maybe you're watching on Amazon Fire or one of our syndicated platforms, just go ahead and go over to @IamCheBrown and just drop me a comment. I know every single one of you aren't on social media platforms. Some of you got the podcast in your ear right now. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the feedback. It allows us to make this a better source for you as well. But the question gets asked, I can hear you now. What is the CEO Sales Huddle? Shay, I'm here for the very first time. CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. So you want it faster, you want it easier, you want a path, you want a process, you want a system, you want a structure, you want a sales team that's going to help you be able to get to $100,000 a month. Now, we got to understand the why, though, because we're not in it just for the money. No, we're not in it just for the money. Our big why is about sales growth. It's about accountability, and it's about consistency. So you may have heard before that consistency is the key, but people struggle with that every single day. So that's why we tune in every morning for 15 minutes a day. Now, you got to think about it. There's 1,440 minutes in every day. And sometimes you show up and it's no big deal. You just show up and it's just another day. And another time you show up for this 15 minutes and you plug in, you hear one idea, it's top of mind to you. And when it's top of mind to you, you're more likely to execute it. So 1% of your day to focus on, the department that brings in the revenue, the only department that brings in the revenue, it's a good use of your time. So we don't take that lightly. What's our number one outcome, though? We got to have an outcome. Our outcome is to generate $100,000 plus a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. And this is over and beyond whatever you're earning today. You're going to lop on an additional $100,000. Now, for some of you, it's no big deal. You're like, say, I do that today. I'm glad you're here, okay? Superstars hold one common belief. You know what that belief is? They can always get better. And then others, if you're like, if I can just get to that, I'm good. Great. I'm glad you're here. Follow the steps. We're going to go into the CEO sales dashboard. Follow the steps. And others, as you're listening, you're like, I don't know if that's even possible. Don't worry. I'm going to hold the belief for you. We're going to hold the belief. If others have done it, so can you. You'll get there. Okay. Now let's get and talk about the problem that people had, because they want to get to $100,000 a month. But the problem they had was, how do I get there? What's the pathway? How do I measure? How do I manage? What should I be looking at? Shay, as the CEO, I can give the sales department the people it needs. I can give the sales department the resources it needs. And at the end of the day, I can directly give the sales department the processes. Make sure they have the process they need. But what do I measure? And you know what? They weren't measuring. So we created the CEO Sales Dashboard. Now, the CEO Sales Dashboard is very important because the CEO Sales Dashboard is something that we created. We're going to give to you. If you don't have the CEO Sales Dashboard, go to www.ceosalesdashboard.com. You go there now. Once you get there, you go ahead and type in download it, which I'm going to download now, and you'll see we only focus on 5 areas: leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. So we make it really, really easy. Now, just for those folks who do it every single morning, let's pull it up now. There you go. There's the CEO Sales Dashboard. Now, it's easy. It's a Excel sheet. We kept it simple. You go across the top. You find the day's date. You go down and you go to the box, and you can customize this. We give you the format. How many leads came into your department yesterday? How many appointments were set yesterday? How many appointments were run by the department yesterday? Now, you can go back and look at yesterday, the week before, and I know sometimes we do these calls. We go back over the last 30, 60, and 90 days. But today, I just want to anchor it in one area. And the area I want to anchor it in today is deals. Because oftentimes when I first got started and I was measuring deals, it was like the deal got closed or the deal didn't. So right now, go open up your app. Now, some of you that haven't downloaded, go to CEO Sales Dashboard and download it, okay? Others of you, your assistant maybe sends it to you. You already have it up. For those that email it to me every day and drop it over at @IamJBrown, I love getting it. I respond to every single one. You know, sometimes you get discouraged. Sometimes you have great days. Just keep sending them. I appreciate it. We're in this together. But go look at deals. I want you to look at deals real quickly. And the philosophy is what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. So we're going to measure it, we're going to manage it, and we're going to make it better, okay? So look at deals. So maybe you put down how many deals came in yesterday or closed yesterday. Now, right there, for some of you, you got your products underneath it. You've already customized this. That's cool. Others, no big deal. But then I noticed that I used to beat myself up when I wasn't getting the deals I wanted. And so what I decided to do is I said, you know what? We're going to focus on the other 3 categories. Was hot, warm, and cold. So a hot deal is didn't close today, but should close next 10 days. Now, there's a lot of reasons why I can't get into that now. Maybe it's not closing in 10 days. You got to wait on them to review the contract or the agreement, but they're already in, or they got to send you the ACH number, or maybe they're sending a wire payment. And so maybe it's 10 to 20 days. It's still warm. You got to reconnect. You got to stay in there. You got to follow up. And then there's the last deal, obviously, that is greater than 20 days. Kind of cold, by the way. You know, you can remember what you were doing 20 days ago. Likely not. Likely not. And so it allows you, so I don't know what happened there. I think it froze for a second. So it allows you to be able to tune in, and now you have the CEO Sales Dashboard. Now, after we do the CEO Sales Dashboard, the next most important part that we do every single morning is we go ahead and celebrate wins. And I like to celebrate wins because we're going to say, you know what powerful people ask powerful questions because questions their focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. So we're going to go and celebrate and look at some wins that we have. Ask ourselves 3 questions. Question number 1, what are you most proud of? Question number 2, what was your biggest accomplishment? And question number 3, what's the one thing you can do that you want to brag about that happened yesterday? Like you can't wait to brag and I can't wait to hear about it. Isn't that kind of cool? Then after we celebrate wins, we have another segment. This is one of my favorite, which is we understand there's some hurdles. There's some challenges. This is not going to be easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So we ask ourselves 3 questions. What was your biggest roadblock yesterday? What is preventing you today from moving forward? And what's the one thing you can do today that if you did it, it would shift the business? Sometimes we do something that's no big deal. Sometimes we do something that's a little small incremental steps. And sometimes we put all our energy in one area and it shifts the whole trajectory of the business. And I want you to focus on that right now. My big takeaway for you today is collaboration crushes competition. When you look at your leads, you look at your appointments, you look at the deals that are coming in, you look at the offers that are being made, do me a favor, check in and look at the collaborations that you have in place and the new ones you're working on now. Because collaboration crushes competition. With that being said, I want to remind you that you're an awesome CEO. You're an amazing CEO. The world needs your talents. It needs your gifts. It needs your resources. And at the end of the day, I believe today is your January 1st. So keep doing that. My name is Shay Brown. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve you on the CEO Sales Huddle. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the other side. God bless, and keep doing God's work. Peace.